are the days whereby every of the negotiator or guru or agent keep on telling you that, oh, this one surely can make money one. Rental sure can cover one. A lot of owners ask, how much my unit can rent? If you don't have the answer, quick, straight to the point, don't buy. Why want to buy something which is not value? Does it really need to have LRT and MRT to make your unit rental more than your installment amount? 5 use case for 5 example to give you. Plaza Kelana Jaya. Don't have LRT, don't have MRT. Rental can cover installment? Yes. Oakmont Kiara 163 on top of 163 Retail Park. Also no MRT, LRT, can cover installment? Yes. Signature Hatamas, depending on your entry price, same thing. It's just very near to 163. It doesn't have MRT, LRT, but it still can cover installment depending on your entry price. And another one, Ajah Mont Kiara, is located more to the Solaris Mont Kiara or to Tamas side. Also can get rental break even or even cover your installment. The one that I mentioned before, Goodwood Bangsa South, also doesn't have LRT and MRT as of today, but maybe in the future there will be one MRT line 3 in Bangsa South area around the Kampung Pantai area. So as of today, rental still can cover installment. So it always depending on very important things. You need to do your rental analysis first to see whether your rental can cover your installment, break even or even cover 80% of your installment. The property selling price is above, below or at market value. That's the second things. After validating these 2 important criteria, then only decide whether it is a good buy or not. Without these 2, right, in any project anywhere, even Penang, even Johor, KL, Selangor, whichever location it is, if these 2 important criteria doesn't make sense, don't buy. Always say don't buy. Why want to buy something which is not value? There is no one answer that fits all. Got MRT or LRT is not the most important thing. It doesn't mean that LRT, MRT means rental equivalent to 80% or more of your installment. It doesn't give you this kind of straightforward answer. You have to actually compare with the right product, and then you will know whether the rental can cover 80% or break even or even more than the monthly installment that you are paying to the bank. One of the most commonly asked question from all my renovation clients because most of the time my renovation client only know us to do renovation design, but actually they didn't know that when we initially started, right, we do projects, we do subsales, we recommend. From that kind of rental based analysis, and most of the time a lot of owners ask, how much my unit can rent? Actually, these questions should ask before you buy the project 3 years or 4 years ago. Not that once you get a key, then you ask what is the rental package, what is the rental that you can rent. You should already have in mind. It may not be accurate. Maybe it will be differ around 5 to 10% or 15% difference from the moment you do your analysis and 3 years later and 4 years later, because rental actually doesn't change significantly. Like today you study 2000, 3 years later, 4 years later, maybe it's 2001, 2002. It doesn't change to 3000, like another 1000 or 50% increment immediately. So this is what I want to emphasize whenever you buy a project or a subsale or an auction, regardless of whether you are second home buyer, third home buyer, or even first home buyer. Always advocate, emphasize to you guys, buy for investment perspective, using the investment perspective to decide whether the unit worth buying or not. Because you buy for own stay, the home will gonna be a liability. If one day you got a relocation, you work elsewhere, or you wanted to work elsewhere, right? Your home should give you the flexibility instead of pulling you down, not able to travel to somewhere else you want to go, or relocate to another new country that you want to do your study. With that in mind, right, I always receive questions like, project A, is it good to buy or not? There's a lot of consideration. The main 2 things is whether the rental is giving you cash flow 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Second thing is what's the asking or selling price of the project, of the subsales or the auction. If you buy project, the capital outlay is very low, but you have to take into very serious consideration of the entry price or the selling price, because usually project is already inflated with the future price. If you are buying auction, you need to be very aware of what is the outstanding fees, including maintenance fee, utility fees, assessment, whatever outstanding that the previous owner has with the banks, with the authorities, with the management office. All right. Subsale is in between both of it. You can view the unit. Unlike auction, you cannot view the unit. You can view the unit. You can see how's the demographics, how's the rental, how's the occupancy like roughly with the field. Visit at different time to validate whether the rentability is good or not good. But of course, main thing, the two important things, the rental, which is the cash flow type that you're getting from the product, and the property asking price versus the value. You can validate it upfront before buying. Not after you pay the booking or you book the unit already, then only you find how much can you rent. That's the biggest mistake that you can ever make. Those are the beginning part of owning a property. Making all your research and homework, and then see what are the things that valuable to you, suitable to you. Then subsequently, when you get a key, property investment is really not a passive income, because you need to be actively involved into finding tenants, managing tenants, refurbishing or maintaining your units. It's not an entirely passive income like unit trust or investing into certain businesses where you don't actively involve into the operation. For property investment, it involves into operation, because you still need to deal with agents, you need to decide, you need to deal with tenants. And of course, if you have a good tenant, you have less hassles. If you have a problematic tenant, then you have more hassle. Always emphasize and emphasize and emphasize. Most important thing, do your homework first. Not just asking merely one sentence, one line to get an answer. Because I need you to do the homework, to understand the project, to understand the calculated risks before buying, and of course to show that you know what you are doing, you know what you're buying. Even if I tell you, oh, project A is good, but which layout is good, which size is good, which entry point is good, what is the rental strategy, what is the renovation strategy, if you don't have the answer, quick, straight to the point, don't buy. If you have the answer, you already know what are your rental strategy, your risks, calculated risks, it makes sense, then only you buy. Just focus on that. Don't just give me one liner. Project A, Paramount, Project B, C Park, Project C, Bangsa South. It's not just a one answer fits all, because maybe you find something more valuable because you are familiar with that. You have a connection with the developer, you have a connection with certain agents, whereby you have something, the important information that other people doesn't have. So that's your unfair advantage or your unique selling point already. Maybe project is just normal, but you got into a special price, or you are an early buyer of a project. When they launch, maybe there's no marketing, you still can choose the best layout, best sizing. So there's a lot of different factors in consideration when it comes to property investment. But I always summarize. Two things: if the rental cannot make sense, the property value cannot make sense, don't buy. Yeah, property investment is exactly like business. You don't put too much of emotional attachment to it. Of course, you need to, if you have some gut feeling of whether certain property, after you view 50 property or 100 property, you have certain gut feeling that the property will be appealing to many people. Yes, qualitative still play a part of it, but the quantitative measurement to the property, right, to the product, treat it as a product, whatever it is. Your iPhone is a product, your Mac is a product, your car is a product, your Wi-Fi, your char kway teow is all a product. Char kway teow or curry noodle, all these things. So what are the selling point? What are the important criteria that you have that other people may not have? Then your product is in demand. If you treat it like a business, right, you know how to position it, you know how to promote it, you know how to package it. All this is just like running a business. You run a restaurant, you run a kopitiam, you run a food store, you run e-commerce, right? You need to know what is the strong point of your product, and then of course your target market, what's the price point suitable for them. Gone are the days whereby every of the negotiator or guru or agent keep on telling you that, oh, this one surely can make money one, rental sure can cover one. No. Always do your homework, Tolong. Always do your homework. Validate it with data. You have the facts, then you make a decision. Chances is your risk is very low. It doesn't mean that you have risk-free any form of investment. You invest into a F&B, you invest into a franchise, you invest into unit trust, you invest into any form of business, like even durian plantation or whatever form of plantation. You invest into e-commerce, you invest into brick and mortar business or stocks or even whatever form of investment. There is always risk. So you need to understand how does the business model works. And then if you think that, oh, property investment, I can leverage. I'm familiar with renovation. I know how to run a rental business. Okay. If you say that it's too much work, you are good in stocks, you are very analytical in stocks, you have the time to do the stock analysis, and then you can make money out of it, then by all means go for stock also. It's really not property investment or stock investment or unit trust investment. It's not that one product that fits all the market. Some people will be more suitable to do stock investment. Some people will be more suitable to do unit trust. Maybe unit trust also you break down into growth fund, balance fund, or even the bond fund for more risk averse ones. So it's really different in terms of what product suits you. So when it comes to property investment, it's the same thing. There is also different form of property investment that you can look into. Maybe you look into Airbnb, you look into room rentals, you look into commercial that you run as an office or you run as a hotel, boutique hotel. Yeah, there's so many different types. So if you are good in residential, go for the residential. If you're good in commercial, go for the commercial, right? Yeah, this is another Q&A video that I want to share to you guys, because on and off always there's a question about renovation, rental, how to choose property, what type of property, this project good or not, how do I do renovation budgeting, how do I do rental strategy, whether I do room rental, I do Airbnb, I do the whole unit rental, rent it out for 12 months or more. It's all this question that I always receive, and I try to use my time in the best possible way. So I record the video and then share to you guys, so that in whether it's now or in the future, anyone found this video and learn at least 1% of it, or even one item, one thing from the video, I'll feel really satisfied, contented about it already. This is all personal experience, because I manage unit, I buy unit, I rent unit, I lose money, I earn money. Yeah, so these are all personal experience sharing. I'm not asking you to do whatever I'm doing. I'm not asking you to buy anything. You know yourself better. You do your own homework. You know your risk appetite. You know what form of product is suitable for you. If you are not into property investment, it's all right. Buy property at a very prudent, analytical, calculated risk way that suits you. Property investment or stock investment or unit trust investment doesn't mean that it's suitable for everyone. All right? So follow for more video like this. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.